Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, several things to discuss. We will talk about some rumors we had in the recent days and something to say about Arsenal, and not only midfielders, and again, not only. Let's jump into it together. And so here we are, guys, as always, to discuss new names, new opportunities, big names on the market, and more. Let me start from a player who is set to leave his club in this January transfer window, and is Fullkrug. It's over between West Ham and the German striker. So a very difficult first part of the season for West Ham in general, with Graham Potter fired, with Nuno Espirito Santo as new manager. The single players, apart a few of them, are not performing as expected. One of these players is Fullkrug, who joined West Ham United 1 year ago and is now already out of the project. So Fulkrug will leave West Ham in the January transfer window, looking for opportunities, looking for the opportunity to be a starter. That's a very important point for Fulkrug, who wants to play, who wants to feel comfortable with the new project he's going to pick. There is some possibility in Germany, some opportunities in Italy. So let's see what's going to happen with this striker who was wanted by several clubs, then signed by West Ham United 1 year ago, and now ready to make a new chapter, ready to make a new step in his career, leaving West Ham in this January transfer window. So it's over between Fulkrug and West Ham. Is going to be one to watch. One that is not confirmed at this stage. I wanted to talk with you guys about Chelsea, because we had reports from Brazil about Rodrigo Gorrecha, and I told you, no, this deal is not true. There are no talks, no conversations. From what I'm told, Rodrigo is not even on the list at Chelsea. So at the moment there is absolutely zero into these reports on Rodrigo Gorrecha and Chelsea. From Spain, in the recent days, let me say, is quite typical from the international break. We also saw links between Vinicius Jr and Chelsea. Some links in Spain, some reports in Spain saying that Vini is probably one of the players being considered by Chelsea in case he decides to leave Real Madrid. Guys, what I can tell you is that also in this case, similar to Rodrigo, for a reason, it's not the quality of these players. It's not about like or don't like players like Rodrigo, Vinicius. These are fantastic players. But Chelsea are going on a different direction. Chelsea are going in the direction of Estevao. Chelsea are going in the direction of Cole Palmer. Chelsea are going in the direction of the new signings. I told you in an exclusive story 2 days ago. The Iner Ordóñez, 16 years old, Ecuador. One more talent, in this case a defender, added to the squad. But Chelsea are going in that direction. Talented players, of course, also important players ready to make an impact, but opportunities. In the case of these names, the salaries, the cost of the eventual deals would be massive. Chelsea are going on a different direction. I always say, remember the Victor Osimhen deal from summer 2024. Chelsea have been in conversations to sign Osimhen in 2024, but then they decided not to proceed because they didn't want to change the salary structure. So the salary is something really important when you mention Chelsea and when you mention transfer news about Chelsea. Don't forget the direction they're going. That's really, really important. So zero into these stories for Rodrigo first, as I told you a few days ago, and also for Vinicius Jr. For Arsenal, guys, the focus is on contracts, because Arsenal did a fantastic job in the summer transfer window. Arsenal will have a new man as part of their recruitment team, and it's going to come from Italy, so same as Andrea Berta, who was the director at Atletico de Madrid, but he's Italian. And another Italian man is coming at Arsenal, and is Maurizio Micheli. Maurizio Micheli is one of the key figures at Napoli now. He's going to leave the club with immediate effect. He's already communicated his intention to go to Arsenal. But Micheli is one of those men who, together with the former director Cristiano Giuntoli, was one of the men who helped Napoli build some of their best signings in the recent years, going from Kvaratskhelia, from Kim Min-jae. So always a leading figure when it's time to scout players and decide who is the right signing. Well, you can imagine signing players like Kim Min-jae, players like Kvaratskhelia. Not bad at all. And so Maurizio Micheli is going to Arsenal. Meanwhile, Arsenal are working on new contracts. For Arsenal, contracts are very, very important. We saw that because they extended the contract of William Saliba. They did a very good job with Lewis Kelly, with Ethan Nwaneri. So Arsenal are always on point when it's about new contracts. And I wanted to mention 3 more. So for Bukayo Saka, Arsenal are making very good progress. There is a negotiation ongoing, but the exchange is quite positive between Arsenal and Bukayo Saka's camp over new contract. Saka wants to stay. Arsenal obviously want Saka to stay. So the conversation is very good at this stage between Saka and Arsenal. Jarry Timber, conversations underway between the Dutch defender and Arsenal over new contract. So also in this case, the talks are ongoing. Arteta is a big fan of the player. Timber is helping in several positions. Arsenal believe that his potential is still huge. So he is already doing fantastic, but he can do even better in the future. And so Arsenal want to give him a new deal as soon as possible. And the conversation is well underway with Bukayo Saka and with Jarry Timber. So let's follow these 2 situations because Arsenal are really working hard on these 2. And then what's next? Now the priorities are Saka, Timber. Don't forget that they also gave a new salary to David Raya, same length of the contract but higher salary to make him happy. He was already happy, but to make him happier and to reward him as he deserved, as David Raya is doing fantastic for Arsenal this season. And not only, after all of this, so not today, not tomorrow, it's going to take time, but in Arsenal plans, there is also the idea to offer a new contract to Declan Rice. So Arsenal also want to discuss with Declan Rice and offer him a new deal. It's part of the plans, it's part of the conversation, so let's follow that situation because also Declan is going to be one of the names being mentioned internally for a new deserved contract. Wanted to close this video on midfielders, guys, as many of you keep asking me. There is a lot of confusion in the media. Who is the dream target for Manchester United and midfielder? My information, guys, remains that there are several names, and we will discuss all of them in the videos these days. But I keep telling you, don't forget, it was August. Here on the channel, I told you, Man United want Carlos Baleba. Baleba wants to go to Man United. Man United want Baleba. The conversation with the player in this agency is very good, but Brighton at that time, August, didn't want to sell the player. In January, is likely to be a difficult deal, the Baleba one, because Brighton insists on not selling the player. But for the summer, unless the stance change for January, we have to see what happens. But for the summer, let's say for 2026, for sure, Manchester United see Carlos Baleba as a priority target. I gave you a video last summer saying Baleba will remain a target if the deal doesn't happen now. Man United want to insist for the deal in 2026. And that remains the case. Man United still want Baleba. Baleba is still very keen on a move to Manchester United, even more now. They are doing very well in the Premier League, so you can see the progress, you can see the improvement. And so Carlos Baleba is a name we have to keep very high on Manchester United. Shortlist for the midfield. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Arsenal new contracts, what's your feeling on that from Saka, Timber, Rice and all the rest? Carlos Baleba to Man United, it's a yes or no from you. And then Fullkrug, which team should be all over this? Vinicius Jr and Chelsea, your opinion guys, here in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon, ciao.